What is going on, everybody? Welcome to All American Sports Network. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, guys, let's jump into this. We are going to be talking about college football scores around the NCAA. We also going to be talking a little bit about what is actually going on in the NFL world this weekend with the play. We're going to talk about who is actually going to be on the field, who's not going to be on the field. Uh, Even touch a little bit more on the Urban Meyer situation. We also going to talk about Deontay Wilder, the rematch. Is he going to win and avenge, or is Tyson Fury going to go and commence to whoop that behind? So we got a lot to uncover. So sit back, relax, okay, and let's jump into what is actually going on around the league. So let's jump into this, guys. First things first. The NCAA, as you know it, have been getting it in. We have had a lot of teams that have not been doing so well, but we had a lot of teams that have been what you call Cinderella teams, teams that nobody didn't even think was going to get to this point of the game. But hey, man, this is what we do. This is what we're about. We're about giving it to you guys with no hook, line, and sinker. So we are going to go up here and talk about who did what today. So the first game we are going to look at is Notre Dame against Virginia. Excuse me, that has already completed. Let me look at the final here. Sorry. First game we're gonna look at is my favorite, Georgia against Auburn. Man, oh man, Georgia been on a roll this year. Okay, they have been on a roll. Started out already beating Clemson. Then they put a crazy whipping on uh, UAB. Then they destroyed South Carolina football team. Then they destroyed Vanderbilt. Went through Arkansas. And now they went through Auburn. This is crazy. And let's just put it to you this way. With the help of Bennett, Stetson Bennett, Georgia romp all over number 18, Auburn 34-10. Now, there was some highlights I can't play because I don't want to get copyrighted issue with ESPN. But we are going to talk about what has taken place with this game here. Let's put it to you this way. Stetson Bennett and the number 2 Georgia defense were more than enough to take care of Auburn yet. That's right. Bennett passed for 231 yards and 2 touchdowns and led the Bulldogs past number 18 Auburn for the second straight year in a 34-10 victory Saturday, even if the defense did not allow an opponent to reach the end zone for a change. The nation's top defense gave up only its second touchdown of the year for the Bulldogs, 6-0, 4-0 right now in the Southeastern Conference, who were still without an injured starting quarterback, JT Daniels. None of that kept Georgia from another comfortable SEC win in the 5th straight in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Now, the reason why I keep telling everybody when they told me that there was a good chance that we all should be worried as Georgia fans about that quarterback being injured, I've told everybody, Georgia has a very powerful team this year with a lot of 4 and 5-star recruits. So he already had it designed. If one recruit gets injured, there's another recruit that is capable to step in to take care of that place. So it's like you just sticking them in slots. So that's why they're able to be so successful. If I didn't know any better, they're doing the same type of energy play that Nick Saban has been doing for years with Alabama. The whole switcheroo. Place him here, place him there, and move on out. Now, Bennett, who made his first college start in the top 10 match with Auburn, which is 3-2 and 1-1 last season, completed 14 of his 21 passes and hit Ladd McConkey in stride for a 60-yard third quarter score. He also had a 30-yard run. Daniels is out with a lag injury for the second straight week, along with some sideline receivers. Give me 1 second here, guys.
I feel like we responded pretty good early in the game. I feel like we got up a couple scores, and
I'm not trying to get that to play.
A little lazy and a little sloppy.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why that was playing. Anyway, I don't know why that was playing. It's man up mentality. The Georgia coach, Kirby Smart, said that's what we talked about all week. We've got a lot of smart guys, a lot of guys hurt and beat up, including the quarterback. We feel like he's getting better, but Stetson played a heck of a game. But the Jordan Hare Stadium crowd didn't seem to bother the Bulldogs, who dominated in the trenches on both sides. We won the line of scrimmage battle, Bennett said. It was so much fun. I had a blast. Zamir White ran for 79 yards on 18 carries with 2 touchdowns, doing most of his damage in the second half. Bo Nix and the Tigers came in an average of 40 points per game, but couldn't solve the Georgia's defense puzzle despite moving the ball at times. Nix completed 21 of the 38 passes for 217 yards with an interception off a drop ball a week after delivering a comeback win at LSU. Georgia also sacked Nix 4 times and harried him all afternoon. And the Tigers had some other drops to boot. The Bulldogs allowed just 46 yards on 29 rushes. Y'all, this was a crazy game. Now, let's talk about the takeaway. Georgia, it now has the nation's best defense, mostly dominated, chasing Nix around the backfield and stuffing the run. Still looks like a team to win on its way to the SEC championship game. Auburn showed it still has a long way to go to catch the SEC powers. The tone was set with an opening drive that stalled just shy of the end zone, and another one that did the same just before half. The bright spot, both losses have been to top 10 opponents. Now, in the red zone, Georgia did trail for the first time this season, if only 3-0 after the game's first drive. The Bulldogs, who have thrived in red zone defense, allowed scores in 2 of the 3 trips by Auburn, but one was a field goal. We have a mindset on defense. Nobody in the end zone. Georgia defensive lineman Jordan Davis said, we preach that every week. Auburn safety Smoke Monday was called for targeting against Georgia for the second straight year. This one was a head-on hit on the scrambling. Bennett on the opening play of the second quarter near the goal line. He missed the second half of both games. So, what could happen with the poll implications for Auburn? Auburn could fall out of the rankings with the second loss. Georgia will host Kentucky, which is number 16 on the list, which entered the weekend as the only other unbeaten SEC East team. And I definitely feel like they will beat them. Auburn will visit number 13 Arkansas and a 52-51 loser at number 17 Mississippi in SEC West Showdown. I don't see Auburn winning against Arkansas. Sorry, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Arkansas is that team. So we'll see. We will see. Now, Let's go back to other scores into the league. And I'm not going to hit on all of them tonight, only the ones I know that's been pretty exciting that people been talking about. Oh, man. The thriller in Penn State and Iowa. The number 4 and number 3 in the country, like it's preparing for a playoff shootout. It seems like Iowa won this. It was interesting how that played out. Let's see what the takeaways from this. I'm just gonna tell you the top performers of the game. The passing was Spencer Petras. He was 17 to 31, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Goodson had 25 carries, 88 yards for Iowa, and Nico Ragaini from Iowa had 4 receptions, 73 yards, and 1 touchdown. So let's see how this all played out for everybody here. Let's see what the takeaways is on this game. Let's go to the recap. Try to make sure this is mute. All right, so we're going to go on to the recap. The takeaway on this game, like I said, Penn State, Franklin did not disclose the nature of Clifford's injury. The Lions also lost a couple of key defensive players. PJ Mustipher, that 326-pound run stopper, went out less than 2 minutes after kickoff with a left knee injury and didn't return. Neither did safety Jonathan Sutherland, who left in the second quarter with an undisclosed injury. Now, that was off of Penn State. Now, Iowa, it continues to be all about defense with this team. The offense responded when it had to in the second half, but defense was special throughout. 4 more interceptions gave the Hawkeyes a nation-leading 16. The only sour note was an injury to cornerback Riley Moss, who appeared to injure his left knee after an interception. Now, I will be the top 25 team for the 3rd time this season. It has won 6 in a row against ranked opponents for the first time since 1960. If it was Iowa's first win over a top 5 team since beating then number 3 Ohio State in 2017. Iowa will host Purdue on October 16th. The Hawkeyes have lost 3 of the last 4 in the series. Okay, so I think Iowa will definitely get Purdue this time. They're on a mission. Penn State has an open date before hosting Illinois on October the 23rd. And I'm quite sure Penn State will rebound from this and win that. So that's the takeaways from that particular game. All right. I'm going to move right along here. So, Oklahoma, number 6, against Texas, number 21, 55-48. Casey Thompson, he was good on the pass. Got 20 out of 34, 388 yards, 5 touchdowns. Kenny Brooks also rushed for 25 carries to 217 yards. That's over at Oklahoma. And then you had Texas again, who had Xavier Worthy with 9 receptions, 261 yards, and 2 touchdowns. This was an offensive battle, but in the end, Oklahoma came up with the last touchdown. In fact, scored 25 points in the 4th quarter to push it up. So this is crazy. Next game, Ohio State. Jesus, was that even a game? 66-17. Man, oh man, Maryland came to Ohio State and got blowed out. Ohio State University, their quarterback C.J. Stroud had 24 out of 33, 406 yards, 5 touchdowns. Trevelyan Henderson had 16 carries, 102 yards, and Chris Olave had 7 receptions and 120 yards. Man, that is crazy. This is straight crazy right now. Now, let's talk about Boise State against number 10 uh, BYU. Guys, BYU got beat. Let's see what happened with this. Man, oh man. This seems like to me this is crazy. Let's jump into this one here and see this upset that nobody was not ready for. Boise State forces 4 turnovers and knock off uh, number 10 BYU. Now, Hank Batchemeyer threw for 172 yards, and Boise State forced 4 turnovers in a 26-17 victory. Wow. Upset victory over number 10 BYU on Saturday. Cyrus Habaluku ran for a season high of 75 yards and a touchdown, and Andrew Van Buren added a season high of 60 yards and a touchdown to help the Broncos 3 out of 3 snap a 2-game losing streak in the series. Nothing like snapping a losing streak with a ranked team. So what do we take away from this? Boise State strong defensive play helped the Broncos run off 23 straight points, and ability to stifle BYU when it mattered helped Boise State overcome a mediocre outing on offense. BYU had a back-to-back second quarter turnover ripped away any offensive momentum the Cougars generated during the first quarter. BYU struggled to convert in the red zone throughout the second half. Road Warrior Boise State's victory over BYU broke a lengthy road drought for the Mountain West Conference against top 10 teams. The Broncos became the league's first team to beat a top 10 opponent on the road in a non-conference game since TCU upset Oklahoma in 2005. Always remember, guys, in NCAA football, any given Saturday, BYU did not force any turnovers against the Broncos. The Cougars came into the game with 10 takeaways in their first 5 games while giving up only 2 turnovers in the same stretch. So how is this going to happen? What is the implications? They lost to a subpar 500 Boise State team. And that's going to cause BYU to take a tumble in the AP Top 25. Now, how far along will they go? I don't know. They're 10 right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they fall and end up somewhere. Maybe I would say it's going to be a good drop. I would say I wouldn't be surprised they'd be 19 to 21 now. Around 19 or 21 ranking. Because that is a big drop. Because you got beat by a non-ranked team that is nowhere near. Now, will Boise State make it into the rankings? I don't know. I wouldn't say that this year. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Give me one moment. I have to take this. The wifey's calling. All right, guys, I am back. So, as of now, I will come back with y'all on part 2 of this broadcast. I have to go ahead and pick up my son right quick. So, I will come back with part 2, get more into what happened with the actual